Hi loves, and welcome to the channel. I'm Erica. I'm a psychic medium and a healer. I hope that all of you guys are doing amazing today. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2024. Year of the dragon. Okay, you cannot hide from a dragon. You cannot fake out a dragon. Dragons are extremely psychic, highly intuitive. Their senses are just so powerful. They are divine interdimensional beings. And that is quite literally the tone of this year. It's like, you can't, it used to be like, you can run, but you can't hide. Well, now you can't even run. You can't even run, because if you try to run, the universe is going to grab you like this and sit your butt down until you learn and until you shift and until you change. It's all about authenticity and living in divine truth of love, which is the highest energy of all, right? So anyways, my loves, I'm not supposed to be working today. I had a very intense 4D astral travel last night that really threw me for a loop. So I am making some homemade pho, and it's the broth is simmering on the stove right now, and so you might be feeling like you really need some comfort foods or brothy foods, earthy foods. I highly suggest, so many of you guys who are led to this channel, this is a pillar of light channel, right? And actually, hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Un momento. Let me make sure I can. Okay, I did. All right. So, really listen. It's called intuitive eating. Okay, like your intuition tells you, I shouldn't be eating this, I shouldn't be drinking this, or your intuition tells you, let's say you start craving, I don't know, avocados out of nowhere, right? Then go get yourself some avocados. Eat avocado, because your body and your vessel are telling you to. Okay, if it's like, I feel like I really need to do a cleanse, then your body's telling you intuitively, like, we need to cleanse, we need to purify, we need to detox in some way. And there is this great detoxification taking place for sure. It's a great purge, right? And we don't want to take all of this stuff with us. We want to, as we ascend into our highest, truest form of our highest self, right? Our ascended self, if you want to say that. All of the low vibration. Do you really think you would catch Mary Magdalene and Jesus like go into Togos? Or I really like Togos, actually, which, if you guys aren't familiar with what Togos is, here in, well, I don't know if it's all over the US or what, but here in California, it's it's a corporation franchise sandwich shop. You would not catch Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, having some Big Macs at McDonald's. You would not see them, cracking open alcohol and getting them all wasted trying to numb their pain. Or, do you know what I mean? So just to like give a little bit of a perspective, right? So we are like really being forced to deal with our wounds, deal with our journeys, in the most like authentic way we can. And as we ascend, our body, our physical vessel ascends too. Like, you'll see like very, very connected, high frequency people, they glow. You like actually start aging in reverse almost, because your carbon-based DNA structure is being upgraded to your crystalline DNA, to your divine genome is what it's called. So you literally start to shine divinity, as within, so without, right? So people may even start saying things to you like, I get that a lot, like where people will ask me like, what do you use for skincare? Like, you're glowing, like, this or that, or, your hair. I'm like, I just, wash my face and like, yeah, I use some skin products, but it's not about that. Like, if you looked at my photos from, you know, 6-7 years ago or prior, like, yeah, I'm still the same Erica, but, you know, there's a shift within me, and everyone can see it. You know, I go to like family functions, like, you know, and like some of my like, you know, extended family members who don't see me regularly, like maybe a few times a year, right, for like holidays or birthdays or something, but, you know, like they'll say things like you look really good, wow, you look so healthy, or like you have this glow, or you know what I mean. And that's that energy shining with that. And I'm like not even like, right, like I'm pretty high vibrational, but like I still, right, like we've all got stuff that we work through and stuff that we have to, you know, release and heal, you know. And it's really the more that we ascend and awaken and rise in frequency, the more deeper we go into our healing work. It's no longer, excuse me, I wanted to say 2 words at once, on the surface. It's no longer like, oh, okay, so I'm clearing and healing and, you know, releasing wounds from my last breakup, or, you know, whatever, you know, this betrayal that happened to me 10 years ago, or something that happened to me in childhood, right? Like that's like where we start. That's like the base of where we kind of start, right? And then we go deeper into it, which can be very grueling. But at the same time, we're also at that point equipped to handle it, even though at times it may feel like you can, right? Like we're never given anything that we can't handle, because, you know, we knew what we were up against when we said we were going to come back here, incarnate again, to assist in the global ascension of Gaia. That's why we're here. There's a lot of old souls walking the earth right now because we came back to ascend this earth back into what it was meant to be, right? Okay, so anyways, loves, I like totally like skipped over the intro, but welcome in, loves. If you're new here, welcome to the Soul Familia. We would love for you to subscribe and come back for more. There is a variety of energy that comes through with this channel. Twin flame. I'm a twin flame on a twin flame journey. I do twin flame readings, but I also hone in on like the soulmate readings, past life energies. I do a lot of like channeling and just very guided specific messages that come through. I work with a lot of ascended masters and, you know, my spiritual team and guides. So it's kind of like a little bit of a melting pot. We do zodiac readings. So anyways, and those of you guys, welcome back, my loves, if you are returning again. Okay, so I want to talk the download that I kept getting, and that's why I'm recording this right now, is diamonds. 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 Diamonds are a girl's best friend. As Marilyn Monroe would say, another starseed, by the way. Same with Princess Diana and lots of others that have been basically wrongfully persecuted, right? And things like that. Okay, so anyways, diamonds. And I'm like, okay, so I know diamonds are made under pressure. Diamonds are multifaceted. Diamonds are, you know, beautiful. They're, you know, they're clear. They have, you know, with like the different, like, you know, like as the light hits, you can see like little, sometimes like maybe rainbows, things like that, right? And I feel like that it's what it is. It's so symbolic of you. And then my higher self said, look up specifically how diamonds are made. And I read like a short, and it's like diamonds started forming like 3 billion years ago beneath the Earth's surface, and they're down pretty deep, where, and that's how they're formed, is they're formed under heat and pressure. I think it was like a liquid hot magma, but then the degrees, it's like something below Celsius or something. It creates the pressure with that heat. And I'm not like a scientist, right? So like, you know, bear with me here. But I'm inquisitive. I'm a Libra sun, so I'm highly inquisitive. I love to learn. I love to teach myself. Like people always go like, how do you learn stuff? A lot of it is just stuff that has come through as downloads and visions and dreams and feelings, right? But a lot of it is also wisdom, stuff that I have looked into. I've read stuff, I research, you know, if I have a curiosity about something, I figure it out, right? So, you know, some of you guys might start becoming more like that as well, where you really, you know, I always say, like, don't take other people's word for it, right? Like, tune in yourself and like follow your intuition on what you feel. Like, don't just take other people's, you know, people say stuff I mean, look at social media. Like, there's just so much BS that's like on there, right? I've seen posts like on spiritual pages and stuff where I'm like, what? You know, and then I'll see like the same meme like posted on another person's page. So it's like, it's spreading, like they're, you know what I mean? But it's false. It's like, right? Anyways. So, so going back to the diamond. So you are the diamond in the rough. And speaking of rough, you've had it rough. You have been under the heat and the pressure. Probably, I would guess, for most of your life, if not like where you feel like the minute I came out of the womb, it was one thing after the next kind of a thing. Because you are a diamond. You are a diamond, and you have the capability to take on and transmute and heal what many other people can't. I wish they could, and so many people will, and we'll see that more and more and more and more as the earth ascends. But there are a lot of people that are completely closed off, shut down, absolutely asleep, totally addicted to the 3D matrix, you know. And if you're anything like me, a starseed energy light worker, right, whatever it is, like indigo, or, you know, you have always felt the difference between you and other people around you your whole life. Your family, your friends, lovers, you know, romantic partners, like whatever it is, you've always felt and thought like differently. Maybe you didn't express it outwardly, or maybe you did and people were triggered by it and then projected on you, and maybe you started dimming that down in order to fit in, right? But this is not, what I'm here to say is, like, you are the diamond in the rough. You are the diamond in the rough. And you shine bright. And you're multifaceted, and you're beautiful, and you're a rare gem. So with that being said, you know, and by the way, the diamonds, like, they're formed in total, like, just, it's like darkness. And they're deep. They have to dig deep for the diamond mines. According to what I read, which was a pretty reputable site as far as diamonds go. It was very detailed, and there was a lot of words that I could not pronounce. But anyways, so for some reason, I'm being called to get some messages for you guys today. And I'm going to use the Gateway of Light Activation book by Kyle Gray. Okay, so keep in mind that these cards are also activating. Okay, so if you do not wish to receive any activations by viewing these cards, then you just say that to yourself. I do not wish to receive any activations. That's it. If you are open to it, then you're just open to it, right? Okay, so let me, first of all, I found the book, but I did not find the deck yet, but I know I have it right here in one of my I have these little wooden tarot boxes that I keep my cards in. All right, so I'm gonna just put this right here. Okay, so let's get some messages. I love Kyle Gray's decks. He's amazing. He's awesome. I can't wait to start doing my decks. That is something that I'm gonna start. That will be happening in 2024. I'm gonna, you know, there'll be different ones, and then I want to do a tarot deck also, but that's gonna take some time. The tarot is gonna take some time. It's the Pleadian activation. Thank you, Pleiadians, for showing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so again, that's why it's activating. It's the energy, the colors, the geometric shapes, all of that, right? So this is a Pleiadian activation, and what it says is it's coming together, or coming together. So it's about us coming together, the earth coming together, more of a unification energy. And the Pleiadians And if you guys have been following me here for a while, you guys know I've shared this many, many times of a prophetic vision that I was shown one night when I was asleep, and I was visited by the two high council members, and one was Arcturian and the other Pleiadian. Okay, so harmony in the heavens and resolution. And it's so funny that this is coming out, because I'm recording this like New Year's weekend, and everyone speaks of New Year's resolutions, which I think that's great that people set goals and intentions and things like that. But honestly, this is the Libran Aries within me, and Capricorn within me too. Like, I'm more of a realist in the way of if you want to change, then it's like people who go, oh, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. And I get that too, because it's it feels like it's the start of the week and it's a fresh start. But when you're really ready to shift or change or whatever it is, you start in that moment, right? So anyways, I just find that funny that the word resolution is on here, okay? They're letting you know that things are being resolved for you. There is resolution to your worries, to your, anything that where there's resistance or lack, things like that. But here's the thing, harmony in the heavens. Okay, so for me, what I'm getting is harmony in the heavens is having harmony within your heavenly higher self. So stay harmonized within that. Okay. All right. And then coming together. I feel first of all, I feel this is, it's your soul tribe and more soul family members, soulmates, things like that you're coming together with more of them around this time. And what I'm being, told to share is, you will not be alone much longer. You will not be alone much longer. You will not be just by yourself much longer. You are going to be coming together with like-minded souls, people on your frequency, okay? You'll be led and drawn to certain, social media pages or, spiritual accounts or just whatever it is. You're going to be shown. Okay. So let's see what else wants to come out. But it's also about alignment, where the things are aligning for you to come face to face with a soulmate, or whether it be platonic or romantic. It's a mixture of both, to be honest with you guys. You are not meant to be here and be alone in, you're meant to have a love union. We are meant to be experiencing the highest energy of all, love. And we are supposed to be completely abundant. And the only thing that keeps us away from that is the dualistic thinking and the physical separation of that, the illusion. The third eye activation, your brow chakra, which is your third eye chakra, inner vision and clear seeing. Okay, so I am going to read this Pleadian activation card. See what the message is for this. Let's see here. I apologize if you guys can hear my tummy rumbling. Yes, I am hungry. But I also I started doing somatic workouts, and I'm doing way more stretching, and I'm trying to release a lot of trauma from my hips. And I would think that a lot of you guys, that's where we store our trauma. It can affect your cortisol levels. It's keeping you in a place of survival mode, and just different things. It's if you're feeling under stress a lot, or there's all kinds of things. So anyways, I was just led and guided recently to start doing the somatic workouts. So that's what I'm starting to do. But what it's doing is it's already helping to bring stuff up. So my solar plexus and sacral chakra area, especially my solar plexus, There's a lot of energy movement. So it's like every once in a while you get that rah, 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 you know, and I can feel the energy like moving and shifting. Okay. Oh wait, I was looking for the Pleadian activation. That's right, I was gonna read this. Okay, so it's on page 118, which breaks down to a 10, and then 119, which is 11, master number 11. So coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this whole thing. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, is an open star cluster found in the northwest of the constellation Taurus. These bright blue luminous stars, which formed in the last 100 million years, are among the stars closest to Earth and are the cluster most obvious to the naked eye. It is for this reason that they have been connected to so many spiritual traditions throughout the ages. This gateway transports us to a space where we can witness the great coming together of the Pleiades. Each and every single star within the cluster is representative of a nation of divine beings. The Pleiadians are said to be human-like beings who honor the feminine and live in an advanced way that we are. Oh my gosh, hold on, back up. I skipped a sentence. The Pleiadians are said to be human-like beings who honor the feminine and live in an advanced way that we on Earth could also experience if we were to accept and honor the holiness of the female body. If we were able to travel to the Pleiades in the third dimensional world, we would not find these beings, however, for they have transcended the physical state and operate on a higher vibration. Okay. The message of this card. Pleiadian energy is about coming together in peace and harmony. You are blessed to receive this gateway, for it is a powerful message of assurance that whatever uncomfortable energy that you are experiencing right now, that it will soon be washed away. Did you hear that? Confirmation and a message to you, a powerful gateway. It's very good that you got this, that we got this. That whatever uncomfortable energy you are experiencing right now will soon be washed away. Okay, so there is, you know, if you feel called and guided, I highly suggest talking to the Pleiadians, connecting to the Pleiadians. I know a lot of you guys are going to resonate as Pleiadian star seeds. I certainly do. It's one of the star races that I deeply feel the connection with. So I'm going to take some time today, probably this evening, under the stars, if I can see them, because it's been rainy and it's gloomy, to connect to the Pleiadian and to the Pleiades and to the Pleiadians and thank them and, you know, ask them whatever I want to and connect to them and talk to them. Okay, so you may feel called to do that. And like I said, I suggest it. The Pleiadians are beings who live in complete honor of their planets and their people. They acknowledge that in seeing and connecting with one another, they have an opportunity to see and experience the divine. They also know that the consequences of disrespecting others. They also know the consequences of disrespecting others. It's for this reason that this is no longer possible for them. If you are being challenged by loved ones now, aim to shift the dynamics of this relationship through a loving approach. The lesson that you are facing at this time is an opportunity to heal old wounds and operate from a higher state of being. Funny, I was just talking about the somatics, old wounds, you know, and then everything I talked about in the beginning when I was channeling about the diamond and all that too. It's just beautiful. But it does confirm that some of you guys are feeling uncomfortable energies around you, or even just in your own, you know, maybe just within your own life personally, right? But it could also be some kind of resistance and things with, you know, some kind of like discord or people pushing against you, being triggered, things like that, right? And that's what they're saying is like, we are beings of peace and harmony, and, you know, connecting to the feminine energy, it's more of that compassionate, nurturing, loving energy. So really shifting the dynamic, like it said, and coming from a place of love. You know, you look at like Yeshua, Jesus. He was tortured, beaten, and persecuted, nailed to a cross, while still alive. Can you imagine? Probably a lot of you guys can. A lot of us were actually we were disciples of Jesus's teachings and Mary Magdalene's and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of us walked with them or walked in lifetimes right after them, or you know what I mean? It was such hate and cruelty and such disconnect from it was so inhumane, like what they did to him, right? Human to human. And we still are witnessing things of that nature to this day, right? That's what we're healing. And the Pleiadians are helping us. But up until his last breath, Jesus would have gladly, he didn't feel hate towards those people. That's what unconditional love means. There are no conditions to whom or why or what you love. It's having love in your heart, even for the most heinous of acts of people and things of that nature. He would have gotten off that cross and gave one of them a hug. Because that's who he was. And that's what an ascended master is to be able to embody that unconditional love. And that's where we are ascending to more and more and more. And the more that we heal, the more in touch we become with that, and the more compassionate we start feeling, right? And the more love you start having for your brothers and sisters and the nature and the earth and the animals. You feel the love and the connection, right? But there could still be some separation there where you see something horrible happening. You know it's horrible. Of course it's horrible. Something on the news or, whatever. I don't know. Send love to it. I always say I tap my heart and I send love. Send love to it. Send love to the person who is scowling and judging you. To the person who hates you or is envious and jealous of you. Send them love. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. This work is not easy. If it was, everyone on earth would do it. And eventually they will again. And I say again because that's how it was before the fall of Atlantis. Okay, so let's read the third eye. Actually, I'm not going to read that one. I want to get one. So massive third eye activations, and what's coming through is like, trust that third eye. Trust your inner vision. You're seeing things very clearly. You're seeing through people, situations, government, the matrix. You're seeing it through your own, BS. You're seeing through the ways you need to shift and change. You're seeing very clearly. Just like a diamond. Wow. So you do have, so you're getting, this is an activation deck, but not every single card in this deck says activation on it. But all three cards that have come out so far are activation. So the third eye is being highly, highly, highly upgraded right now at this time. You guys are going to start seeing some stuff. For sure. For sure. Okay. The higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. Exactly. I just thank you, Spirit, for always backing me up here. I just talked about having love, pure love, divine love for not only yourself, having unconditional love for yourself, releasing old stories, judgments, shame, really getting in touch with your physical. Like, do you look at your physical body and go, oh God, I wish I could change this, or oh, I need to lose weight here? You're judging yourself. You're being a judgy McJudgergen to yourself. Yes, you may feel that way. That's okay. But you know what you say instead? I am beautiful the way I am, but I would love, love, love to become more in a healthy state of being, and where I feel my body in a better state of being. I would love to start working out. I would love to drop some energetic weight. I would love to, but I love who I am now. Some of you guys need to maybe do some mirror work, maybe sit in front of the mirrors. Definitely, like, if you work with mirrors, definitely cleanse them first and throw, like, just say a protection thing, because mirrors are portals also, and they can be used by dark energies to, like, not, to spy, to do not nice stuff. So just a little FYI, and never, 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 if you have mirrors facing your bed while you sleep, you need to move them. There should be no mirrors ever facing your bed while you sleep. I also would say black screen, the TVs, if you have TVs in your room or where you sleep, throw a scarf or something over them. That's what I do. Okay, so that's interesting. That hasn't come up in a while where I've said that to the collective. So definitely you guys need to kind of make sure, or like your children, things like that, just period, in your home. Your heart is healed. Okay, I'm going to read this one. I'm being called to read this one. Ooh, and then the bottom of the deck is the Halls of Amenti Initiation. And then Hathor light codes showing up. There is a lot of ancient energies coming through here. First and foremost, with the diamonds that I talked about, 3 billion years ago. Billion years ago. And Hathor, ancient energy, she's connected to the Sirius star nation. And then the Pleiades, yeah. Halls of Amenti, that's an old energy too. So secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, and initiations. Yeah, you guys are leveling up. You guys are being upgraded. You've just gone through, or you've been going through, a massive initiation. The bigger the pain, the bigger the purpose. Okay, some of you guys are here, like your missions are big on earth. You know, like if you work in an office, like that's not why you incarnated, is to work in an office. That's a part of the journey. And yes, you were supposed to be here, but there will come a point where you expand. We're always expanding. That's how the universe works, right? It moves in cycles, just like nature, right? Nature shows us all the cycles. The moon and the sun also show us cycles in that way too, right? The planets cycle, right? They move in cycles, everything. And we are not different, right? So you've been going through, you know, what I want to say is a shitty cycle. Pardon my French, but that's what's coming through. It's been a shitty cycle. Sayonara 2023. We are welcoming 2024 with arms wide open. But here's the thing, 2023, it was a year that taught us a lot, right? Right? Especially for over the past like 5-6 months, for sure. And especially over the last several months, 3 to 4 months, for sure. It's gotten intense. October, November, and December. And then November was like just nuts. And then December came in with a fury. But now there are transits and things happening that are helping to alleviate that. Pluto's going direct. It'll retrograde, I believe, the end of 2024 back into Aquarius, but then it'll go back, and then it will be stationed direct till 2043, I believe. Yeah, 2043. So yeah, Pluto, it cycles it's what, 20 years or something like that. I don't know. It's a long time. So anyways, so there's just a lot that's like working in our favor right now, okay? And it's all helping to uncover the corruption of the matrix and Earth, that on Earth. Things will be coming to light this year. Globally, we will see a lot of it be exposed government-wise. They're not going to be able to control or hide, okay? Trust me, but it's not something to fear, my loves. This is literally why we came. Why would we come if we already didn't know what was to happen, and that this would be a victory? The light has already won. So I just want to say that, because there is a great fear in the collective of the future, of what happens next. You've been going through a massive initiation, and now treasures are uncovered for you. Secrets will be revealed. Things that have been kept hidden and in the dark. This reminds me, like this checkered floor, it actually reminds me of like checkers or chess, okay? And it's almost like, I don't know, if you guys are Harry Potter fans, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's in, I believe it's the first Harry Potter. Yeah, it's the first Harry Potter, the Chamber of Secrets, or the Sorcerer's Stone. The Sorcerer's Stone, right? Anyways, they are trying to, they're trying to get this stone or whatever, and this bad guy, whatever, has it. And so they're going through like all these secret, like, you know, tunnels and things, and they have to, right, in the castle or whatever. And then they come to this place where it's a huge chess board, And the chess pieces are huge stone statues, like huge. And they get on top of them and they start playing the game, and you know, the statues come to life and like literally like crush the other one when it like, you know, to knock it out of the way, but it like obliterates it. Like that's like what I'm getting. Okay, so bear with me. Wait, hang with me. Hang tight, hang tight. So that's what I was being shown, was that particular scene. Well, you guys have been on that game board and you've been trying to get to the Sorcerer's Stone. And what's funny about that is the Sorcerer's Stone was like, it looks like a red diamond, like a beautiful ruby, okay? And it like glows and stuff. But anyways, again, with the diamonds and getting to that place where you become this beautiful diamond. You've always been a diamond, but diamonds are not, yes, they're formed under pressure and all these things, right? But like when they uncover them, they're not this beautiful shining, right? Like, no, that takes like a lot of stuff to get to that point, right? To where it can become, you know, jewelry or whatever, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you've always been the diamond, but you've been, you know, you're being unearthed. You're being unearthed. Coming out of the earth, out of the darkness, okay, out of the womb. All right, so let's go ahead and read this. I'm already 36 minutes in. Sorry, guys. I hope that you're enjoying this, loves. You know, let me know, you know, how you guys are feeling. Like, you know, 2024 is my year. Abundance is flowing to me consistently. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Divine love is flowing into my life because I pour divine love into me. My wish fulfillments are coming to manifest at this time. I claim. I claim. So it is. Aho. People ask me what's Aho. It's A-H-O. Aho is, you know, I've connected with the Lakota tribes. You know, fortunately enough, I've done a couple Chanupa ceremonies with them, like the Sweat Lodge, things like that. And that's what they say. It's like how they end a prayer or an affirmation or whatever. They say Aho, like that. So it's like amen for them, for the Native Americans. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and read the higher heart activation. So it is a time where you guys are going to be recognized in huge ways. And people will start responding to you differently. Trust me. Like, it was crazy, like how I started witnessing people like responding to me differently, you know, and a lot of you guys already know what I'm talking about, but some of you guys might be newer on your journeys. Some of you guys might be newer to this awakening. Okay. We had a mass awakening start in 2020 with the pandemic. So, you know what I mean? You know, I started my awakening in 2016, you know, but my ascension catalyst was in 2020, the end of 2020, when I came into physical union with my twin flame, you know, and then it was just like, you know, I always had like, you know, heightened intuition and things, and there were some things throughout my life that I knew were going to happen, or I saw, and then they did, but it wasn't something every day I was tuning in, like I was channeling and all these, it wasn't like that at all. And, you know, anyways, and then it just went like that. And like, that's literally one of the biggest ways, you know, you've met your twin flame, is because it is an instant awakening in that regard, especially for the feminine. The masculines is obviously more gradual, because they're going through death of the ego. Okay. So I'm going to read just the message for this card since we're already like 40 minutes in. You have experienced much fear, separation, and heartache in your lifetime. This has encouraged you to close off and shield yourself from possible hurt. For a long time, you've been trying to open yourself back up, but have been concerned about being far too vulnerable. This card shows that you have realized that love isn't something you have to work for or search for, but your divine inheritance. You have also recognized that this energy isn't something that comes through relationships or external experiences, but is your natural state of being. The more you close off, the more you close off from your true self. The more you drop your shields, the more love is revealed to you. The more you express the love that you are, the more it is reflected back to you. Love is your truth. Okay, so speaking of twin flames and divine love unions, in that regard, that's exactly it. If you have not attracted divine love into your, like divine, if you have not come into physical divine union, okay, then that means there's more work to be done. It may be big, it might be little, it depends where you're at and what timeline you're on and da-da-da-da-da. Some of you guys, it's one little simple thing, you know, but it is. So, but when you come into that, when you're really, really loving yourself and you're on that kind of blissful energy and you're standing in the Empress vibration and really, truly embodying that, divine love will come in like that. And a lot of you guys are, you're like, you either are there and it's about to happen probably, or you're just about getting there. I'm like just being shown the, like, there's just a few little tweaks that need to be made, okay? But also for some of you guys, and you'll probably feel this, you still have a ways to go. Like if you're on a twin flame journey and you just like came into physical, like you just met your twin in the physical or reconnected, right? In reunion, like, you know, this last year or something, or the year, you know, even the year before, like that's still pretty new on the journey, right? But I will say that the way that this ascension is going so rapidly, and with all the transits that are in our favor, and the solar flares, etc., 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 it is ramping up. You know, so I do know that people won't be in physical separation. Like union will start happening more and more and more. But you know, I do think that's going to take like several years, etc. You know, for some, you know what I mean? Like for the ascension, like for everything to rise that high in frequency, where like unions are happening left and right, is what I mean. Okay. So Hathor, it's funny because you have the initiation card. You've been in soul school. And now you're ready to walk through this portal. You've walked through the game of chess. You are the victor. It's not been easy, but now is the time. And Hathor speaks of a light immersion. You may want to work with Hathor, call her in, and see how she has all these beautiful light golden, like bright crystalline rays around her. Call her in and ask her to bathe you and give you a full light immersion. Okay? Call her in. I will. I'm going to tonight too. I connect with Hathor deeply. You guys, if you've been with me for a while, you've heard me talk about Hathor, and I've channeled stuff from Hathor, readings and channeled messages and stuff. And that's another thing too. Some of you guys are going to start really, you're being called to work with certain ascended masters because they want to work with you to help you with mastering your ascension. They want to be there for you. They want to teach you, guide you in any way they can. So for instance, if you're seeing like a ton of Mother Mary stuff, you're watching readings and people are pulling Mother Mary cards, or they're talking about Mother Mary, or you go on Instagram and boom, there's like a thing and Mother Mary's in a picture, or, you know, whatever it is, okay? That means Mother Mary is showing up consistently because she wants you to work with her. Call on her, maybe read about her, learn about her, connect with her, meditate, call her in, see what comes through for you. You know, you can listen to maybe some frequencies and just really, you know, do some breathing and get yourself in a real relaxed state. Call her in and see, you know, do you feel like an emotion? Do you want to cry? Do you feel an energy presence around you? Are you hearing like any guidance? Like all of a sudden you hear your higher self, or would probably be a voice that sounds mostly like yourself. You know, say like, I don't know. you need to focus more on self-love, okay? Like that kind of stuff is what comes through. You know, you may have visions, you might actually see her. You know, it took me a while on my awakening journey to start actually seeing like the images. It's not like they come through like full force, but like when I'm channeling them, like like in my workshops, yeah, I see them. I see them. I actually describe them to, you know, in the meditations, the activations and stuff. And I give the visual of what, you know, is coming through for me, and other people connect with it too, you know. But anyways, work with her and other ascended masters at this time. They want to help you master your ascension. Because they did, right? They walked the earth as human. They were in the duality here too. They lived the life of polarity, and they had to ascend beyond that. Like I said, with Jesus, it was unconditional love. Same thing with Mary Magdalene, same thing with Mother Mary, right? Like all of them. They vibrate at the 5D frequency. A full system upgrade. So you've had a full system upgrade. You're being upgraded right now. Your third eye is being highly activated. Your heart chakra is being activated as well, even more, and upgraded even more. Helping you clear. Because I feel tightness in my heart chakra right now. So some of you guys might have been experiencing like tightness, or you feel like an elephant sitting on your chest, or maybe you've had some shortness of breath, or like a hard time breathing, or maybe you try to do breath work, but it's kind of like difficult to do. That could be because of your heart chakra blockages or solar plexus stuff too. Okay, so you may have to do some clearing and, you know, frequencies. You can envision your chakras, like if it's your heart chakra, envision the green emerald light, a ball of light in your heart chakra space in your chest where it's at. Okay, and then see it get bigger with each breath, bigger, bigger. Then it's like it's covering, you know, it's outside. You're in this bubble now, and it started from your heart center, right? And then it expands out, 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 out. Every time I do that, I cover the whole globe. I end up covering the whole globe. And I open myself up, but then I wrap it around the whole globe too. So whatever feels right to you. But anyway, that's just an example. I want to actually read the Halls of Amenti. Okay, so let's get that really quickly, and then we will end the message. I did some releasing earlier too, some crying. That's why my nose is like stuffed up. Like I said, I had quite the experience in the 4D last night, and I just woke up feeling I was not okay. I was not okay. It took like basically the whole day to start feeling like level again in that sense. So, you know, it's an intense time, my loves, especially if you're a really strong astral traveler, or like, you know, you do a lot of traveling through like interdimensional traveling, like, you know, when you're asleep, when your physical body's asleep. It's kind of like you can tell the difference between just like, quote, like a dream, and then when you're actually traveling, it's absolutely different, and you can tell the difference. Okay. All right, I'm gonna read this whole card before we go. So the Halls of Amenti. Thank you, Hathor. Thank you, Pleiadians. All right, here we go. The Halls of Learning, also sometimes known as the Greatest Halls, are an etheric retreat dedicated to spiritual knowledge. They are a training space for all souls, including those on earth, spiritual guides, and those between lives. They have been visited by many spiritual seekers, seers, and mediums over the years, and have been described as a giant, somewhat gothic university building with marble flooring, spiral staircases, and tall bookcases. Some have said that these halls are home to the Akashic records, while others have wondered if they are connected to the Halls of Amenti. I can confirm that these are actually two different retreats. Me being an Akashic past life reader, by the way, if you guys want to book a reading with me or any kind of a spiritual session, I offer a few different types of like readings and things down in the description box below. I would be honored and absolutely privileged to work with with any of you guys, okay? But the way that I see the Akashic records, or I'm shown the Akash, yes, it is great halls and a great library, but the way that I see it is it's gold. It's like, there's like such beautiful white Christed gold light, like rays all around it. It's like you're walking on the sun almost, you know? But you can also see the Akashic records, and the Akashic records are golden. The books have like golden lining on the outside, like the pages, and the books themselves are gold. Like everything, it's like, it's so beautiful. But that's the way I'm shown the Akashic records, or the way that I see them. They come through for me. Okay. So ultimately, this etheric retreat is an ancient mystery school, and it is particularly powerful for those who are opening up their psychic and clairvoyant abilities. If this gateway comes to you often, it brings confirmation that your psychic gifts are strengthening. Also, if the idea of an ancient mystery school in the astral realm seems familiar, there's a good chance that you've been here during dream time or even between incarnations. These great halls are held within the heart of Source and are a projection of the divine mind's infinite intelligence. When we visit them, we are connecting directly with the wisdom of Source. So the message of this card: you are on the path to great learning. Spiritual beings are drawing close to support you. I literally said to work with the Ascended Masters, and then like the Pleadians came through, and I said you may want to connect with the Pleiadians. Okay, so they're around you guys already, but it's like I feel that they do want you to connect with them more intentionally. You will grow stronger spiritually if you do. Trust. Trust. Spiritual beings are drawing close to you to support you. If you are facing challenging or difficult circumstances, or have just moved through such a time, you are being called to review what you have learned about yourself. If you're still feeling overwhelmed by a certain event or asking why it happened, call on Source and your guides to reveal to you the pattern, trauma, or wound that has contributed to this challenge. If you aren't experiencing challenging energy, the reason is that you've made huge progress on your spiritual journey. So much so that your perspective has shifted so that you can view every challenge as a window of opportunity. The Halls of Learning Gateway indicates that your spiritual gifts are developing at this time. Ooh, ooh, I love that. I love that. Abso-freaking-lutely they are. Absolutely. Uh-huh. Yep. You know, we're not meant to have cell phones, and, you know, the way that we communicate with each other and the way that we communicated in Atlantis, yes, we could speak if we wanted to, but it was a very quiet time, to be quite honest. It was very tranquil and serene, and we communicated telepathically without words, without social media and email and cell phones and right? So that is where we are going back to. And trust me, the technology is going to be crazy, right? But we're ascending back more into our true selves, right? Our true form. And that's a part of it. So yeah, your guys' gifts are growing. And some of you guys, I'm telling you, like I said, you're spiritual teachers. That's why you're in a mystery school, or that's why this is coming up, you know? So, I love you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed this message. I did not expect it to be this long. Literally, I expected it to just, like, I just thought, oh, I'm just going to go on and, you know, talk for like 15 minutes about the diamond thing. But, you know, everything starts coming through more and more and more and more. That's what channeling is, right? Just really quick before we go, can we just get a couple cards, just please, for the collective? There's going to be a lot more of these spiritual kinds of messages coming through more and more here on this channel. And with the new year, I'm going to be, I'm actually working with a psychic company as a sponsor. So I will be sharing more about that with you guys soon. And, you know, I have goals that I want to start. I want to really start like a little spiritual, like my Gypsy Cowgirl Crystal Cottage that I've talked about, you know, for over a year and a half now. But it just hasn't been the right time, and I've had a lot going on. Like I moved 3 times within a year and a half, but now I'm like in my own home and I'm good. There's just more of a grounded energy. So I'm stoked. I'm excited. You know, and yeah, it has been a crazy, kind of shitty at times, really shitty, time for many of us. But I have nothing but faith, absolute faith, that everything is shifting now. And this backs it up. Yep, look, see? The first card out, it says yes. It's confirming what I just said and this whole reading. Yes, take inspired action. And I was just talking about things that I'm inspired to do, right? My passions and things that I'm being called to do to bring more healing into the collective. Like, I can't, like, I'm a very creative person. You know, like, when it comes to stuff like this, and, you know, so I'm being very called to like, you know, doing like, you know, well, crystals, obviously I'm going to be doing crystals. My mom is actually going to be kind of in control of all that. But I'll be a part of it for sure. You know, crystal jewelry, my Lemurian, crystal, clear quartz crystal Lemurian, pendants, and, like necklaces. I'm going to start doing candles. This one right here is just, it just has some, I infused it with intentions and different things. Each of the wicks represents something else. It also represents like the Holy Trine, right? So that's how I channeled it. But then I added some like dry flowers and some, a few like herbs and things like that. So it's actually like ruminating throughout the house and like shifting the energy and calling all this in and da-da-da-da, right? So stuff like this, candles and, you know, like soaps and, like doing like salt rubs and things like that. But it's all going to be like very high priestess, you know, kind of vibes, right? Anyways, so get ready for the Gypsy Cowgirl Crystal Cottage, but it will be like a crystal cottage, like apothecary, right? You can get all your, you know, your cleansing stuff, your sage, your, you know, all the things, right? Okay. This is the start of a season for you. The start of a whole new season. And then someday I'll be carrying my decks in there too. And hopefully other things, you know, but other people's tarot decks. This is the start of everything for you. There's something beginning here. This is about new beginnings. Treasures uncovered for you. It says beginnings and something ignites, ideas. You guys are going to start having these ideas just boom, ignite, ignite, ignite. If you had told me 5 years ago I would be doing this, I would be running my own business, psychic business, and have a YouTube platform and like, you know, all the things, I would have been like, you're insane. This was not on my radar. I was always drawn to it. I thought it was cool, but I knew nothing about it. And it was nothing that I was remotely even thinking of. And then boom, a seed ignited, an idea burst. The man just came out. This is it's something starting with the divine masculine too. But also divine masculine energy, it's about taking charge, taking action. It says, yes, take inspired action. The cardinal signs are the start of a season. Aries, Libra, etc., etc. So it is about you stepping more into your light leadership, your light work. Like just by you healing and all the things that you've been doing, that's light work. That's when you heal me, or when you heal you, you heal me and the earth and all, right? But there's more to it than that. It's about stepping out of the, you know, out of the shadows and into the light and like onto your higher paths and like following the voices of your souls and like, you know, all that. All right, let's get one more, please. Complicated circumstances. This is the yarn. It's about being all tied up. A conundrum, etc., etc. Okay, bottom of the deck. Oh, then the woman shows up right after the... Okay, so what this is saying is that the masculines, this is just coming through right at the end. they are rising, going through a rebirth, rising from the ashes here, from very complicated circumstances in their life. They're untangling themselves from hassles, from everything. Okay, and then we have the counterparts, 28, 29, look, showing up together. Okay, so there is breakthrough energy here. Why? Because of divine love. Because, again, like I said, a lot of the people here, like, they have been coming more into inner union with themselves. And you're ready. All right. So that is what I have. But this also speaks of rising up from the ashes, a total transformation and complete renewal. The phoenix could be relevant. Someone could have a phoenix tattoo or a kitty cat that looks like that. Pay attention to when you're being shown the phoenix. You know, I would say for the foreseeable future, because every time you do, it's a confirmation. It's a confirmation that you're rising from the ashes at this time, that there is new beginnings, that you've gone through a massive level up and initiation, which is a big, big, big deal. It's funny because I'm being like, Mary Magdalene's coming through, and what she's saying is, it's like the initiations. She's saying the process, but it's coming through the process of initiation. That's like how it sounds to me. That you guys, that we've all like have been going through at this time. It was an energy similar to one of her first big initiations, and other ascended masters too. But that's what she's saying. Very specific. So thank you, Mary Magdalene, for coming through. All right, I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoy this reading. I know it's an hour long, but hey, you just got to spend more time with me and me with you. So again, if you want to book with me, connect. I do have, like I said, I have different readings, and then I have event sesh. It's not a reading, but if you feel you need to talk to someone who gets it, who understands, or you don't have someone who knows, or twin flame stuff or whatever, that's what the event sesh, that's what I created the event sesh for. And it's funny. One of my biggest clients, hi Alex, if you watch this, he was saying to me in one of our last sessions, you know, he's like, I was watching readings, he's like, and I thought, this girl's genius, she's the real deal, kind of a thing. He said, because I heard you say that you've offered the event session. He thought, that's freaking amazing, because there's so many people out there that just need to talk. They just need someone who knows what's going on. And that's exactly why I did it. And that was his first booking with me. And since then we've worked a lot together. But anyways, and then he goes, so this just happened like a few weeks ago when we met. And he said, it's funny because we started talking about that. He said, it's funny because now I'm seeing like other readers offering event sesh. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a good thing though. You know, I think that's a good thing, but I just think it's funny, you know, but hey, it's a good thing to be someone who inspires and innovates. And if anyone's going to, you know, like, you know, do that as well, I'm glad, because it's helping people. Okay. But I just pray that people aren't doing it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? I really hope that people do it from a place of true divine, like just love. So anyways, my loves, I send you guys all love and light. Thank you again for being here with me. Happy New Year, and I will see you soon. Mwah.